All right, here we go. Bobby Maximus live. I'm going to count this as the first live of 2025. It is not quite 2025 yet, but 2025 started today in my world. It's the week of the new year. Christmas is over and it's time to get fit. And let's be honest, when it comes to the new year, that's the number one time for people to get fit. Gym memberships, they go through the roof. Supplement sales go through the roof. Everybody wants to get fit in the new year. Gyms are crowded. People have their resolutions. I call them goals. People are ready to get to work and start to really put in an effort to change their lives. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that prey upon people who want to get fit. There's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of garbage. There's a lot of hacks. There's a lot of 3 easy payments at $9.99. There's a lot of magic pills. Everyone trying to sell you something, some secret for you finally to get fit, to finally make this year your year. And I'm here to tell you the real truth and to help you simplify the process and honestly just weed through all of the BS. So stay tuned to this live. I'm going to tell you how you're finally going to get fit in 2025, and I'm going to break it down step by step. So take notes because this will be your year. And I'm going to warn you right now, the process is not easy. It's going to be hard. In fact, for some of you, it might be the hardest thing you've ever done. But I promise you that it's more simple than you've been led to believe. You've been told you have bad genetics. You've been told you need some secret workout. You've been told you need some secret superfood. You've been told you have to spend all kinds of money. But that's just not true, and that's not the case. So before we go over this list, and I'm going to, like I said, break it down step by step, how you're going to get fit in 2025, I want to do a little bit of business. So first of all, if you like these lives, you could support me by supporting the channel. Subscribe, like, turn your notifications on, and everybody who is watching this, go to my latest YouTube video. It was released this morning. It's on abs. It's a 10-minute ab workout. And comment. Drive the engagement through the roof. You can also give me supers. Supers help me go live more often and make sure you share my channel with everybody. If you can do those things for me, comment, supers, share the channel. It helps me go more live more often and give you some of the content that you honestly need and that you deserve. So now that the bills are paid, now that business is done, let's go over this list. So the number one way that you're going to get fit in 2025 is consistency. I need you to drop the boot camp mentality. A lot of people start off January really, really hard and they are all in. They go to the gym for 2 hours on day 1, 2 hours on day 2, 2 hours on day 3. They do way more than they're capable of. They're sore, they're tired, they're miserable, and they cannot keep up that kind of intensity throughout the year. This isn't a sprint. You're not going to do this in 3 weeks, 6 weeks, or even 3 months. You have to have a long-term view. The way you're going to be successful in 2025 is doing something every single day. And I need you, again, to drop that boot camp mentality. You know, when people go on a 90-day program, I always ask, what happens on day 91? When people do these 30-day food challenges, I ask, what happens on day 31? And I'm going to tell you what happens. For the 30-day food challenge or for the 90-day workout challenge, people eat healthy. They do everything right. They ditch booze, they ditch sugar, they ditch chips, they ditch candy. And then on day 31, they are filling their face with all the stuff they weren't allowed to have for 30 days. You see it with the 90-day workout program. People go crazy for 90 days. Day 91, they are in the gutter, treating their body like an amusement park. You see it with 75 hard. People do 75 hard and they crush it and they plan for on day 76 to have a party and they're going to booze it up and eat all kinds of bad food. I don't like programs with a finite end, because what happens when you cross the finish line? You're going to celebrate. You're going to take your foot off the gas. I need you to make exercise just a part of your lifestyle. It's no different than brushing your teeth or putting on your socks or getting dressed or having a shower. I want you to commit in 2025 to just doing 30 to 60 minutes of exercise a day. And I don't even care what it is. I want to tell you to go buy my workout program. I want to tell you to hire me because I do one-on-one training. I want you to tell me to download my app. It's a ladder app, Team Maximus. I want to tell you to buy my book, and I'm going to get a copy of it right here. I had to reach up, but I want to tell you to buy my book. That would be a great thing too. But the truth is, and I'm telling you this from the heart, it doesn't matter what you do. I don't care if it's Pilates, if it's yoga, if it's weights, if it's swimming, if it's walking, if it's biking, if it's playing at the Ninja Warrior Park, if it's joining a climbing gym. Like, I really don't care. Jiu-jitsu, I need you to commit to 30 to 60 minutes of activity every single day. It's just part of your life. Now, if you feel great, go crush some weights. Go try one of the workouts in in my best-selling book called The Maximus Body. Go download my app. Like, absolutely crush it on the days that you feel good. On the days that you don't feel good, I need you at the very minimum to put in your headphones, put on your favorite podcast, and go for a walk. Just something. Now, you might not think walking is beneficial, but I've got my phone, and I'm going to do a little bit of a calculation for you. Let's say you just walked 3 miles a day. That's it. It took you 45 minutes, 3 miles. We did 3 miles a day, 365 days of the year. That's 1,095 miles. Divided by 26.2. Congratulations, you did 41.79 marathons just by walking. That's it. So don't sleep on walking. How many marathons have you done? That's 41 marathons in a year if you just walk 3 miles a day. So again, to recap, the days that you feel good, you're going to crush it. You're going to go in the gym. You're going to go hard. Just 30 to 60 minutes. Just book that time off. If you don't feel good, you can go for a walk. You can go for a bike ride. You can go for a swim. You can do something that's really, really easy. Trust me, by the end of the year, this is going to add up. And your goal isn't to build muscle. Your goal isn't to lose weight. Your goal isn't to radically transform your body. Your goal isn't to count, weigh, measure, do all these type of things. Your goal is to show up daily, every single day for the entire year. Not a week, not 4 weeks, not 30 days, not 28 days, not 75 days, not 90 days, not 100 days. It's the entire year. So that's the first thing you're going to do. The second thing you're going to do, and it's literally the easiest ask on the planet, I want you to sleep more. Now, I want to tell you to get 7 to 8 hours a night, but you're going to push back at me and you're going to say, I can't sleep that much. I'm busy. I have this, I have that, I have this, I have that. I get it. You want to watch ESPN, you want to watch late night TV, you want to watch football. All I'm asking is just go to bed a little bit earlier. So instead of 7 to 8 hours, I just want you to get an extra 30 minutes a night. If you're used to being in bed at 11, go to bed at 10:30. If you're used to going to bed at midnight, go at 11:30. If you're used to going to bed at 10 o'clock, go at 9:30. Even if you don't fall asleep, just get in your bed, close your eyes, and relax. Try to get more sleep. If you can get more sleep, it's going to make this process a lot easier. You're going to have more energy. Your batteries are going to be more charged. You're going to be able to work harder. Your hormones are going to elevate, your testosterone, your human growth hormone specifically. You are going to feel better and you will supercharge your results in the gym. Sleep is the miracle cure. So I need you to get more sleep. And literally, I'm asking you to be a little bit more lazy. I'm just asking you to get a little more sleep. So we got the working out every day. And we've got the sleep. You want to work out every day and you want to sleep. Number 3, we've got to watch our diet. Now, there's all kinds of complicated things. People weigh, people measure, people watch their calories. Here's the only thing I want you to do. I want you to get rid of processed food. Your rule is you have to be able to kill it and cook it over an open fire, or you have to be able to pluck it from a tree. So let's go over the list. A banana, can you pluck it from a tree? Yup. Steak, can you kill it and cook it over a fire? Yup. Chicken, yup. Fish, yep, you could spear hunt the fish. You could cook it over a fire. Now, I literally don't need you to cook this over a fire, and I don't need you to go to the river and spear a fish. That's not the point. The point is we're trying to get rid of all processed food, so you have to eat like we would in nature. So you're allowed meat, you're allowed chicken, you're allowed fish, you're allowed pork. Then you're allowed bananas, you're allowed apples, you're allowed berries, you're allowed avocados. You got to be able to pluck it from a tree and eat it in its natural state. You're not allowed any processing at all. So chips, are you allowed chips? Well, there's no chip tree. They come in packages. You're not allowed that. You're not allowed candy. You're not allowed ice cream. You're not allowed chocolate. You're not allowed pizza. You're not allowed French fries. Again, there's no French fry tree. Now, people will chime in and say, but a potato comes from the ground, but you wouldn't eat a potato raw. You have to cook it, which means you got to process it at some point. You are not allowed that. Stay away from processed food like the plague. Your diet, again, is going to be meat, chicken, pork, vegetables, and fruits. If you can do that, I promise you, you will feel better. You will look better. You will make a radical transformation in your body extremely fast. Now, Bobby, I don't want to live my life like that the entire year. Like I want to do stuff. I want to go on a date on Valentine's Day. I want to celebrate July the 4th or July the 1st if you're in Canada. I want to do a Labor Day barbecue. I want to have Christmas. You can have a little bit of fun. Here's the thing. The closer you stick to this, the better you're going to be. So you'll hear me mention things, and you'll hear other people mention things like the 80-20 rule. 80-20 is 80% completely perfect, non-processed healthy food, 20% fun. I think that is a little lenient, to be honest with you. You're not going to make a lot of progress. So that's why I tell people they should follow the 90-10 rule. 90% of your diet should be perfectly clean, non-processed food, the rules I'm talking, and 10% of your diet can be a little bit of fun. That's where you can have those potatoes. That's where you can have the pizza. That's where you can have the ice cream. But here's the deal, and here's the simple reality. 100-0, like a perfect diet, is better than 95-5. And 95-5 is better than 90-10. And 90-10 is better than 85-15. The quicker you want it, the better you want it, the more strict you need to be. And there's no way around it. There's no hack. There's no trick. The closer you pay attention, the better off you're going to be. So Christmas dinner, we had turkey, we had vegetables, we had a little bit of potato, we had dessert, I had turkey and salad. The more days that I can do that, and I wasn't suffering, it was a delicious smoked turkey on the Traeger. It was absolutely unreal. But the more days that I can do that, the better I'm going to be. Booze, ditch booze. It doesn't help you at all. The less booze you can consume throughout the year, the better you're going to do. And again, this isn't about eating one good meal. It's not about having one good week. It's not about even having a good month. It's about making consistent good decisions day after day after day after day for the entire year. So now you start to stack these things on top of each other. You're sleeping more, so your hormones are elevated. You have more energy. Your workouts are going to be harder, and it's easier to make a better food decision and a workout decision when you are well slept. So you're going to sleep more. You're going to eat better, which is going to give you more energy. You're going to see more progress. You're going to feel more invigorated. You're going to have more energy, more intensity, more passion for your workouts. And then you're going to, do something active every day. You stack those three things on top of each other for an entire year. I promise you that at the end of 2025, you will be in the best shape of your life. And every single person can do this. Every single person can tighten up. I do get 8 hours a night of sleep. I could get a little more. I do eat a diet that's really, it's quite free of processed food, but I could do a little bit better when it comes to exercise. Now, yes, I show up every single day, sometimes twice a day, but I could go a little bit harder. I could give a little bit more. You see, every single person can do these things. And if you do these things, I promise you magic will happen. People are going to try to sell you on their secret little program. People are going to try to sell you on their superfood. People are going to try to sell you on their sleep supplement. But I will tell you, there is absolutely no replacement. There's absolutely no substitute, zero, for just simple old-fashioned hard work and consistency. And you know why people aren't successful? It's not their genetics. It's not that the world is against them. It's not that they don't have a secret program. It's that they're not consistent for a long enough period of time. They're great for 4 days and then they cheat. You see this all the time. They're great Monday, they're great Tuesday, they're great Wednesday, they're great Thursday, they're great Friday, and Saturday they have 10 beer. They have a whole bunch of bad food. They lay around Sunday watching football and doing nothing. And then come Monday, they wonder why they haven't lost any weight. I worked really hard last week. No, you didn't. You put 5 days in and that was it. And you took time off. And I'm going to leave you with a little bit of a little math lesson here, right? Let's say you're the person, and I just want you to really, really think about this. This is the most important thing that you're going to hear from me ever. You really think you're doing good hitting 3 days a week. You ate healthy 3 days a week. You worked out 3 days a week. You got a good night's sleep 3 days a week. And your memory is that you worked hard. 3 days out of 7. You know what the percentage on that is? 42.8%. Since when is 42.8% good? When is a 42% effort a winning effort? And that's with 3 days a week. And then you're the person that says, hey, I go 4 days a week. I'm more committed than the average person. Okay, 4 days a week divided by 7, 57%. Is 57% a winning effort? Your favorite football team, your favorite basketball team. If I told you they gave 57% tonight, do you think they would win? The answer is no. So then you go 5 days a week, and this is the danger number. This is where people really think they're doing something. So they go 5 days a week. You're still only hitting 71%. That's mid. That's a mediocre effort. And that's 5 days a week. And you're sitting there and you're thinking 5 days a week is great. So you up it to 6 days a week. And 6 days a week, you might think you're going 100%, but you're not. You're only 85%. See, here's my point. If you're not living this lifestyle every single day, it's going to be hard to make progress. And that's why you have to turn it into a lifestyle. You have to do the exercise every single day. Again, I don't care if it's a hard workout. I don't care if it's a walk, but you got to do something. And it's not going to kill you. Let's take Sunday. There's football games. There's good food. There's fun. It's a lazy day. Some people believe that it's the day of rest. We've been conditioned to believe that. You're just going to throw Sunday down the tubes. On the other hand, you could have a great Sunday. You can still enjoy yourself. So let's look at Sunday. So this Sunday, I want to watch a lot of football. I absolutely love NFL on Sundays. It's one of my favorite things. Sometimes I watch one game. Sometimes I watch 3. But it doesn't kill me to go for an hour walk. I promise you that one of those games isn't good, right? Like if we look at this last Sunday, there were some games that were good. Like the Commanders game last night with the Falcons, that was unreal. But the Green Bay game, Minnesota, that turned out to be unreal at the end. But the first slate of games in the NFL, they weren't good. Buffalo completely destroyed the Jets. The Philadelphia Eagles, they completely destroyed Dallas. Now, maybe you don't care because you don't like football, but I'm really trying to paint a picture here, so bear with me. The early games in the NFL, they weren't good. You could have went for a walk. You could have done some push-ups while watching football. Every time there was a commercial break, you could have done 10 squats. You could have done 10 push-ups. You could have moved a little bit, and it wouldn't have ruined your day. You still would have had a fun day, so you got exercise checked off. You can still go to bed early on Sunday night. You don't have to stay up late. You're not partying. There's nothing going on Sunday night. You can still see. You just hit 2 out of the 3. You got your exercise. You got your sleep. Now, food, that's not always easy. But let me put this to you. How you enjoy food is completely a frame of reference. I absolutely love a strawberry. I absolutely love raspberries. I absolutely love blueberries. Those are treats for me. Now, maybe that's not your treat, but what about ribeye steak? You could have some ribeye. And I would argue that you would rather have a really good ribeye steak than a plate of chicken wings. I would rather have a really good ribeye than a plate of chicken wings. I would rather have really good ribeye steak with chimichurri sauce than French fries. I would rather have really good, delicious homemade meatballs than, again, French fries, chips, candy. Like, even if you are going to indulge, you can make good food choices. You know, it's funny. If you came over for dinner and I served you a delicious, slow cooked, reverse seared ribeye steak, Wagyu on my grill, and then I served you for an appetizer, I served you a delicious, my wife makes this tremendous salad. It's some arugula, some carrots, a little bit of ricotta cheese. Maybe I had a charcuterie board, some Marcona almonds. Like, if that was your meal, some imported cheese from France or Italy, like if that's what I served you, you would be happy. You don't have to eat the chips. You don't have to have the Cheetos. You don't have to have the Doritos. And I'll tell you what nobody does. Nobody goes to a Michelin star restaurant, a James Beard restaurant, a Gordon Ramsay level restaurant and says, hey, I noticed on the appetizers you don't have Cheetos, you don't have Doritos. Can I have a bowl of potato chips? No, you wouldn't eat that. You eat real food. You know, people are concerned with what Europeans are doing. The reason they're not fat is there's not red 42 in their diet. No, that's not why. It's that they eat real food that's made from scratch. So even on your Sunday, you can still indulge a little bit and eat healthy. And if you can do those things every day of the year, I promise you this process will be simple. So in 2025, it's really your time. You want to make it your year. I need consistency every day. I need a little more sleep. I need a diet completely free of processed food. And I need you to exercise daily. And yes, that might seem like an oversimplification, but that's what's going to work. I keep telling you this. I'm not here to sell you a hack, a shortcut, 3 easy payments of $9.99 or a magic pill. I'm telling you what you need to hear, and it's going to be hard. There's going to be days you don't want to do this. It's going to take a long time. I'm not going to promise you it's going to happen in 30 days. It might take a year. But if you can do this, when you do this, I promise you, even if it's the hardest thing you've ever done, it will 100% be worth it. I always answer questions, so I'm going to look in the comments right now. For the people that want to, that are still here, please go to my last YouTube video and make a comment, like it, get your supers in, pump up the channel, support me however you can. It allows me to do more of these. Bobby, could you do a stretching video for beginners? It's actually on my slate of things to produce. I'll get a stretching video done at one of these points. It's going to be some dynamic stretching and some mobility. I'm going to film it in early 2025, so watch for that coming soon. Thank you, Bobby. Your videos are so inspirational, including the Be Real podcast. Thank you very much, and thank you for the support. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Lloyd, hi, Bobby. Do you have any BJJ book or instructional recommendations? I don't have a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu book. I was a world champion, no-gi, at the black belt division, but I would certainly recommend this book. It's a best-selling book for men's health. Physical conditioning is a huge part of jiu-jitsu. This is going to help you with your mental game as well, your nutrition and your sleep and your workouts. So I'd certainly recommend this book. You can get it anywhere. Just Google it. Ivan Alvarez, hi, Bobby. What training did you do today? I actually did a bunch of axle bar deadlifts. I did 5 sets of 5 axle. Now, I do a warm-up. My warm-up was some wall squats, some lunges, and some body weight squats. I did some box jumps. Then I did a deadlift ladder, a 10-to-1 ladder. I started light and ended heavy. And then I did 5 sets of 5 axle bar deadlifts. I used 325 today. And I chased that with some high box jumps, 44 inches today. So that was the workout, Ivan. The 10% rule, James T. Yeah, we talked about that, the 90-10 rule. Just want to wish everybody a happy new year in advance. That is from Biscuit Crusader. So happy new year to you too, and happy new year to everyone that's listening. Silenced. Okay, I'm 40 years old and I can't get fit no more. That's an absolute lie. You can get fit at 40. You can get fit at 45. You can get fit at 50. You can get fit at 80. And it's the same protocol that I'm talking about now. So get your excuses out of here and your self-limiting behavior. And then someone says, keep preaching, Bobby. If I could thumbs up one more time, I would. Thank you, James T. I really appreciate the support. So to everyone that watches live, listen, 2025 can be your year. It's not going to be easy, but it is simple. I want more sleep. I want better eating, no processed food at all whatsoever. And I want you to exercise every day. You do those 3 things, and I promise you this will be the best year of your life. And again, if you're watching this and you're thinking this is an oversimplification, the process really is that simple. You all try to complicate it because you just don't want to put in the effort. And that's what this takes, real, genuine effort. Motivation's BS. Discipline is everything. You're not going to be motivated 365 days of the year, nor do I expect you to be. The motivation that you feel come January 1st, January 2nd, it's going to wane. It's going to drop off. There's a thing called Quitter's Day in January where most people quit the gym. Your motivation, I promise you, will go in the toilet. It will go away. It is not your friend. Discipline and showing up every single day, that will be your friend. And speaking of discipline, I see my good friend Michael Glassmaker on here. Michael is a person that I work with and a person that I train. When you want to talk about discipline, this is a person that never misses a workout. You're talking a person that has an ice bath every day. You're talking a person that gets in the sauna, even if it's late at night. You're talking a person that watches their diet. That's why he's making progress. It's not some magic thing. It's the dude just shows up day after day after day. So, Michael, I'm proud of you. And we're going to have an incredible 2025 together. Jason Powell, I rode my Airdyne 186 times in 2024. I'm adding a rower for 2025, and I'm shooting for 225 conditioning workouts. I'm a Jeff Jocelyn 3rd degree black belt. Jeff Jocelyn from Hamilton, Ontario. Jason, I used to live in Canada. I don't know if you know, I lived in Mississauga. I lived in Toronto. I trained there for years. I actually won the Jocelyn Invitational 3 years in a row. So great to hear from you. A little blast from the past. But here's the deal, Jason. 225 is not going to cut it. And I'm being real honest with you. My question is, what do you do the other days? I hope you're doing something. I hope it's jiu-jitsu. I hope it's running. I hope it's walking. Because 225, let's go over our percentages. And I'm not making an assumption about you. I'm not saying that you don't do anything those other days. But some of you are watching this and say, wow, this guy's amazing. He did 225 conditioning workouts. 225 divided by 365 days of the year times 100. That's 61%. So the question is, what more can you do? And that's the question I always ask myself. Like, Jason, listen, if you are a 3rd degree black belt, you've been training for a lot of years. You've been putting in effort. If you're doing 225 conditioning workouts a year, you are clearly putting in effort. You're my kind of person. And genuinely, I'm proud of you. People like you inspire me. But the question I want you to ask yourself, and it's a question I ask myself every single day, what could I have done more today? What could I have done a little bit better today? I got a good night's sleep last night. I woke up. I had a delicious, nutrient-dense, nutrient-rich, non-processed breakfast. I did a workout. I went to jiu-jitsu. I'm going to eat a delicious, nutrient-dense, perfect lunch. I'm going to work out again. I'm going to have a sauna. I'm going to have an ice bath. Like, I'm doing all the things. And it would be very, very, very easy for me to sit back at the end of the day and think, man, I crushed it today. I did 3 workouts. I ate perfect food. I got a perfect night's sleep. But here's the reality. Could I have went a little harder at jiu-jitsu today? And the answer is yes. I was talking about my axle bar deadlifts earlier. I did 5 sets of 5 at 325. Could I have done 330? The answer is probably yes. Even though I'm eating healthy all day, could I eat a little less calories? Could I make a little better decision? Could I go for the organic berries instead of the standard berries? The answer is probably yes. The point I'm trying to tell you is there's always more we can do. There's a little more we can give. And I know how I want to end this live. Something I call the 10% rule. Just give me a 10% better effort. When you go to lift a weight, put 10% more on the bar. When you're going to roll, give me 10% harder. Do 1 extra round. When you're rolling, is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, by the way, for people that don't know, give me 10% more sleep. When you look down at your plate to eat, you look at this plate, how can I make this meal 10% better? You can do that consistently throughout the year. Again, I promise you, on everything that I hold sacred, that 2025 will be your year. So thank you for coming to the live. Again, go comment on my latest ab video. Pump it through the roof. I want to blow this thing up. Comment on any other video that I have. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Get your supers in. And watch for these lives every Monday at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I say every Monday. There are Mondays that I miss because I have stuff to do. But tune in. I love talking to you. I love helping you. And I love giving you real fitness advice from honestly a real person. So go crush your 2025. Go get some.